Hi, Chris. This may take a little while, but if you go and you click moderate quiz, if you are on this page and you click moderate quiz, you'll see that Eliza Bell never attempted this quiz, or, you know, Canvas never acknowledged that she started this quiz. My guess is typically when I see something like this, the student probably had a problem. Like they were trying to use lockdown browser, but they were in Chrome. You know what I mean? Like they weren't opening the course in lockdown browser, which is it's a separate browser. So my guess is the students were having a problem. They always forget that they need to open lockdown browser as the browser to access the exam. But she never started the exam. She never saw the questions. She never said, take the exam. Same thing with Casey Leiden. She never opened the quiz in Canvas. So my guess is they were not opening it in lockdown browser. Now we can take a little bit deeper dive. If I look at Eliza Bell's, and this would take longer, so I would you'll have to bear with me, but basically I could go into her, well, I guess let's look at her access report. You may be able to do that. I don't know if you have access to her access report, but basically from people, you should click Eliza, then click her name here, and then click access report. And we can see that looks like she tried to get into this exam. No, that's one. The final on the 26th. So my guess is she tried to get in there too late and she couldn't get in. I don't know. I'd have to check the settings on your exam. So if we check the settings on the exam, yeah, she could, looks like she probably couldn't get into it at that late date. So I could dig a little deeper. That course access report isn't like the most accurate thing in the world. Basically, the time that it has there is the last time they were there, not the first time. So maybe she tried to access it before the 22nd, but the evidence is pointing to her trying to access the exam after it was already closed. That's what the evidence is pointing to. Casey's, it looks like she didn't try to access the final until the 31st. So she didn't it looks like she didn't log in since December 11th. So again, I think you can look at her access report by going to people, clicking her name again, and going to access report. Now, I could go even deeper, but this is really time consuming and it's not that accurate. But basically, I can see wherever she clicked. But oftentimes, a student will be clicking in a different course. And so I don't always get a good reading from your course. And that's what makes this super time consuming to go through all these clicks. But in general, Casey has not really been logging into Canvas very often. And it looks like she didn't log into your course basically since early December. So I don't think these students, the evidence is pointing to these students didn't really try to access the exam in time. And I'll leave it there. I'll take a little bit deeper dive on Eliza and see if she tried to access that exam before the 26th. My guess is she didn't. If she did try to access it before the 26th, I'll let you know. But otherwise, assume neither one of these students ever really tried to take the exam before the 26th. And so that's my assessment of the situation. Bye.